Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WD Broadcasting Network. Here we are live at the Lanier National Speedway, ready for tonight's Leave the Pack late model season finale. We have a field of cars on the grid here tonight. Everybody making their qualifying runs. I believe the top 18 make the race through qualifying, and then we have a B feature that will transfer 6, hopefully creating a 24 car field. We'll see how many cars ended up joining us here this evening. Ryan Gravel in the 22 got limited practice here, got into the session fairly late. We'll see what he can do on lap number 1. 16th quick for the 22. Currently the 33 of Justin Brooks sits at the top of the board. The champion this season in the late model stocks. Brooks has had a dominant year, winning 8 races, including the last 2, which means he will start from the rear later in tonight's 150 lap main event. His qualifying is just about complete. Cortland Herman across the stripe right there completes his final lap. Noses it off into the wall. And that will wrap it up, I do believe. Qualifying has about 20 seconds remaining. We'll talk to Justin Brooks up in the booth and see what he's thinking for tonight's 150 lapper. Justin Brooks up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, well, you are the champion here in the late model stocks. We discussed this last week. This is a known fact. You've got a lot of wins this season. You picked up another pole here tonight. You have to start from the rear in this 150 lap feature event. What can you do to work that 33 machine forward here?
Honestly, I don't know. We thought about unloading the backup car here because we don't want to tear the primary up, because we already know we're going to get wrecked, but we'll see. I don't know. It really just got to be patient and stay out of other people's mess. That's been my issue. Anytime I've started in the back, I get collecting in other people's mess. I mean, it's really going to depend on that, but it's 150 laps. I mean, so it's plenty of time. It ain't like I got to rush towards the front, and we obviously got a pit at one point for tires. So, I mean, I guess that helps out, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's a tight setup. Expect the car to really fall off on the right front. It's going to be a lot of variables, really.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting race. 150 laps. There's pit strategy thrown in there for, I think, the first time this season. You guys are going to get tires, so that'll be a fun element to watch for as well. But nonetheless, Justin, 150 laps later on, you're going to be starting from the rear of the field. Hopefully, you can drive it forward and we can talk to you one more time this season.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, that was Justin Brooks, driver of the 33 machine. And on screen right now is your B feature. These drivers all are going to make the final race of the night, the 150 lap season finale. But they are going to get a quick little practice session here, 15 laps, to determine where they will start in the feature race. We've got 4 cars on track right there. Wade Enyart and Carter Russo unable to make the call. Both of the 21 machines. Right now, Justin Stoyanovsky leads in the 19. Zane Bierman in the 55, taking a peek to the inside. He's trying to find a way around. And we will see how hard these guys push. Obviously not the main event, but you want to try and learn a little bit for later on, as here comes Bierman down low to the bottom. Bierman looking inside. This time by out of 4. They're dead even. Looked like Bierman had it by just about a fender. Here comes Brandon Kelly to the inside of Stoyanovsky in the 19. That outside lane can be strong, but it's going to be hard if your race car is tight like we're seeing for that number 19. As here comes Scott Bryant now to the bottom as well. He'll get shuffled back to the 4th spot. And Zane Bierman working his way down the back straightaway. They are 8 laps in this time around. It'll be 7 laps to go. Here comes Brandon Kelly in the 9, putting some pressure on the 55. Battle for the race lead. The 55 of Bierman trying to do his best defense work right now. As they come back to 5 laps to go. Kelly has about a car length to make up if he wants a shot at the 55 of Bierman. Scott Bryan and Stoyanovsky are about 4 car lengths back behind. This time by 2 laps to go. 2 to go for the 55 of Zane Bierman. He will get the 1 to go signal. Final time around for the 55 of Zane Bierman. Trying to park it in victory lane here in the B feature. And up and out of turns 3 and 4. The 55 will go to victory lane. And Bierman will pick up the victory here in the B feature. As we get ready to go here tonight, we'll take a look at the qualifying results. Remember, the 33 of Justin Brooks qualified on the pole, but he's going to have to start from the rear here tonight. After winning the previous 2 races, it's a rule here in the Leave the Pack iRacing League to try and mix up some of the competition. Carter Hollingsworth very, very close to that qualifying time. Brandon Elvis, the same story there. All of your top 8 within that same 1/10 of a second. And only 2/10 of a second back to 20th place Brandon Kelly. A very tight field here tonight at Lanier. And we will see where they all stack up after 150 laps. It's going to be a long race, and if it's anything like the modified race last night, it is going to be chaos. So we'll see what we have in store for 150 laps. Track temp tonight, fairly cold, 72 degrees. A couple of the races earlier on, we saw 100-degree track temps, 111 at one point. So a cool track temp here at the Lanier National Speedway to finish out this season. It's a very fun little 3/8 mile track. It's unfortunately not used in real life anymore. You see right there the line, very deceptive. And the goal is to drive it into the corner as late as you can and maximize your run up off. Passing here is very, very difficult, especially here in the late model stocks. It's hard to really pull underneath somebody and get a good run to the line. As these drivers prepare for their 150 lap feature event here tonight. Brandon Elvis right there in the 54. Comes up 1 spot short in the point standings. He'll end up in the 2nd spot. His teammate Brian Voss right there in 3rd. Back behind him. But Justin Brooks in a world of his own. 158 points ahead of the 54 of Brandon Elvis. And that 33 has just been so dominant all season long. He has led 729 laps throughout the season. And a very, very big points lead because of that domination. So Brooks had the championship locked up after last week. He parked it in victory lane, the Stafford Speedway. But tonight, he's going to have to come from the back for one last showdown for that 33 machine. We'll see if he can get the job done starting from the 23rd spot. As the field makes their way to the starting grid, and they get all ready to go. We'll get our starting lineup on screen. Justin Brooks going to roll off on the pole in the number 33. He'll be moving to the rear, like we mentioned earlier, but as outside, it'll be Carter Russo in the 28. Starting third, it'll be Brandon Elvis in the 54. Then in the fourth spot, it'll be the 33 of Easton Swain. Starting in the fifth spot, it'll be Chris Smith in the number 80. And then Jesse Binkley in the 25. Jeremiah Woods Jr. in the 222 machine going to start from the seventh spot here tonight. Then Dale Ogburn in the 1, starting 8th. Justin Coleman in the 14, going to roll off from the 9th position here this evening. And then outside of row number 5 in the 10th spot, it's going to be Brian Gravel in the 22. Logan, apologize there, we skipped a row. Brady Cox in the 76, going to start from the 11th spot here tonight. Then Cortland Herman in the number 70, going to roll off 12th. Logan Drumheller in the 5 machine, going to roll off 13th. Caleb Thompson 14th in the 04. Kyle Heinzelman in the 57, going to roll off from the 15th spot here tonight. And then it's Trey Ashworth in the 8 machine to his outside. Zach Murphy in the 29, going to start 17th. Adam Fulford 18th in the 71. Zane Bierman 19th. Brandon Kelly 20th in the 9. And back behind him, rounding out our field, it is Scott Bryant in the 83. And Justin Stoyanovsky as well. But up front, Carter Hollingsworth in the 28 machine going to inherit the race lead after Brooks was given the EOL penalty. And up front, the green flag is up, and we are underway here at Lanier. Down the back straightaway they go for the first time. The field making their way down into turns 3 and 4. A couple cars still single file, but up and out of turns 3 and 4 for the first time. It is Carter Hollingsworth leading into turns 1 and 2. Hollingsworth leads down the back straightaway. Here comes Justin Coleman in the 14, trying to work his way forward here early on. Coleman down low, Binkley right there underneath Easton Swain, thinking about taking it 3 wide here. Here comes Dale Ogburn to the bottom. We are 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Easton Swain up top, Jesse Binkley in the middle, Dale Ogburn down low, Swain up into the outside lane a little bit there. And these cars are all checking up throughout the center of the corner. Everybody aggressive here early on. Here comes Cortland Herman all the way down to the bottom underneath Brady Cox. Herman down low underneath Brian Gravel now. He took them just about 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. And already we are 6 laps in here at the Lanier National Speedway. Six laps in. Carter Hollingsworth up front. Still your race leader. He's got about 5 car lengths over Brandon Elvis in the 54. Chris Smith currently sitting in the 3rd spot. How about Jeremiah Woods Jr. in the 222 machine? Started 7th in this one, already up inside of the top 5 in that 4th position. And back behind, Cortland Herman in that 70 machine, trying to go forward in a hurry, up 4 positions from that 12th spot inside of the top 10. He moves his way up into the 8th spot there. Brady Cox in the 76 trying to shuffle back around. If you get moved up top, it's kind of hard to keep your momentum, especially with the way cars are bunched up right now. You might be able to see a little bit more side-by-side battling that lasts a couple laps later on in the race when we get some heat in these tires and the field gets a little bit more spread out. Back behind him, how about Justin Brooks in that 33 machine? Already up inside of the top 15 in the 13th position right now. Started out back behind Justin Stoyanovsky in that 22nd spot. And already moving forward, here he goes to the inside of Kyle Heinzelman. Heinzelman going to have to give way there as they work down the back straightaway. We work lap number 13 of 150. Up in front of him, Jesse Binkley thought about taking a peek to the inside of Dale Longburn there for the 6th spot. As Brooks back behind, able to get by Easton Swain in the 33. Kyle Heinzelman going to try to follow suit here in the 57. And things begin to settle down as up front your race leader Carter Hollingsworth leads by about 2 car lengths over Brandon Elvis and Chris Smith. Your top 5 all in a bunch right there. But your points leader and champion this season, Justin Brooks, is just shy of that top 10 as Brian Grable up in front of him takes a peek underneath Brady Cox. That is the battle for the 9th spot. Brooks going to try to get in there as well. He'll take a shot to the inside. Cox up the racetrack. Brooks going to move through in the 33. Brian Grable right there in the 9th position. And oh, Brady Cox in the 76. Trouble for the 76 machine. Brings it down pit road. Not sure what happened there. Tough break for the 76. I think he got some sort of penalty. He's bringing that car down pit road. Well, trying to get that car back out. He's in pit road right now. We'll see what the damage report is later on, but we're 20 laps in here at Lanier. Hollingsworth, your leader still. Easton Swain in that 33. Tough opening to this race. Started in that 4th position all the way back to the 19th spot. Finally able to get in line. He got shuffled up to the outside lane pretty quickly there. And to the back he went. Here comes Justin Brooks and Brian Grable around Cortland Herman. So we work lap number 24. Up front, your top 5 all right there in a bunch. Let's see who's the fastest out of them all as they come across right there. Chris Smith, Jeremiah Woods, all in a bunch. But Smith and Elvis a little bit quicker than Carter Hollingsworth those last couple laps. And you see it again right there. They're starting to close that gap here 25 laps in. Still a long way to go. Back behind him, Justin Coleman to the inside of Jeremiah Woods. He'll take that spot. Move Woods back to 5th. He's got company with Dale Ogburn back behind him as well. A little bit further back, your B feature winner, Zane Bierman up on the outside lane. Oh, into the outside wall there on the front straightaway. And he's up into the outside lane in 1 and 2. Tough break for the 55 of Zane Bierman. It looks like the right front of that race car might be destroyed. They come out of turns 1 and 2. Bierman able to get that car down to the bottom. And the green flag will stay out. Up front, though, your race leaders battling side by side. Brandon Elvis and Carter Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth up top. Elvis down low. Chris Smith right there as well in the 80 machine. Does Hollingsworth have anything to fight on that outside lane? Down into turns 3 and 4 they go. The 28 still able to get a run up on the outside lane, but the 54 definitely starting to pull ahead there, and you see the 28 kind of got a little tight down into 1 and 2. And we have a new race leader here on lap 32 of 150. Brandon Elvis takes over the race lead at Lanier. Still so far in this race, caution free. We've not seen that yellow flag just yet. As Chris Smith. Oh, trouble back behind. Dale Ogburn up the racetrack. Just saying, Chris Smith and Carter Hollingsworth continue to battle, but Ogburn, there was contact behind. Not sure who he made contact with. But up front, Carter Hollingsworth has a line of cars back behind on the bottom. Trying to find a way to get down in line. Now Justin Coleman trying to move up into the 3rd spot. And finally, Hollingsworth able to get back down to the bottom side of the racetrack. So your new leader, Brandon Elvis, starts to open up that gap a little bit, about 5 car lengths separating him and Chris Smith for second. Back behind, don't look now, but here comes Justin Brooks in the 33. He has already worked his way nearly to the top 5. It's been a heck of a climb. We are only 40 laps into this one as we get back around. Jeremiah Woods right there in the 222s to the back bumper of Carter Hollingsworth. And he's got Justin Brooks right there in his back bumper as well. Brooks going to go to the bottom. Brooks down low. Woods up top. And the 33 starts to slide ahead through the center of the corner, but here comes the 222s. Trying to fight back up top, but the 33 able to pull ahead through the center. And move your fast qualifier back up inside of the top 5. As Kyle Heinzelman pulls it down pit road, he'll call it a night in the 57. That leaves 19 cars on the lead lap. Don't look now, but here comes Carter Hollingsworth. Here comes Justin Brooks to the inside of Carter Hollingsworth. And he will make that move. Justin Coleman able to sneak into the 2nd spot as well. Chris Smith in the 80 machine. Starting to fall off the pace a little bit. Here comes Justin Brooks to the bottom. They race hard down into turns 1 and 2. Smith up the racetrack there, trying to find a way back around the 33. But Justin Brooks able to get by. Here comes Carter Hollingsworth now to the bottom. Jeremiah Woods next on the list. Chris Smith outside of the top 5 now as Brian Grable slides by in the 22. Move Christopher Smith back to the 7th spot. It's now Justin Coleman up onto the podium trying to work his way forward. We are a third of the way into this one. Have not seen the caution flag yet. We have gone 50 laps green so far. We've had a couple moments on track, but cars have been able to get down to pit road, and we haven't seen that yellow just yet, so we'll see what this race has to offer going forward. I think these drivers are good on fuel, but I may be mistaken. As we watch Adam Fulford in the 71, your winner last night in the Leave the Pack Modified Tour. His first career victory in Leave the Pack. So a good run to end out the season there for him. Currently running in the 13th spot. Easton Swain back behind him as well. Swain trying to work his way back forward. Back up to the 14th spot. But definitely not the start that he wanted earlier on. Trey Ashworth underneath Logan Drumheller there as well. Brady Cox is back out on the racetrack in the 76, but he's several laps down. 6 laps down for the 76 of Brady Cox. And at this pace, I don't know if he's going to be able to get all those laps back with the lucky dog, and especially if we have lap traffic like that right there. Scott Bryant goes down 1 lap in turns 3 and 4. As Brandon Elvis continues to lead. Second place, Justin Coleman, only a couple car lengths back. And then Justin Brooks right there as well in the 33, hungry for another victory here. So far this season, it's been a little bit of trouble for the 33 of Justin Brooks. In the several races that he had to start from the back after winning 2 in a row. He's had a rough time getting through the field, but tonight is a much different story. Already up onto the podium. He's got Justin Coleman up in front of him. And Brandon Elvis up there as well. They do have a set of tires awaiting them in the pits. We'll likely see these drivers pit if we get a caution. We're just shy of halfway right now. But you got to think somebody might want to come get tires early and try to play a gamble. As now your top 3 are all right there in a bunch. 65 laps in. Brandon Elvis, your race leader. He's got a car length back to his teammate Justin Coleman, and the caution flag flies. I believe it was Cortland Herman in the 70 machine that had some trouble there. And we are under yellow for the first time here tonight. We'll see what happened. It looked like the 70 just tried to get a little bit too aggressive there underneath Jesse Binkley, and there went the caution right there. Luckily, nobody else involved. And we are able to get everybody lined up in the right direction. And Brandon Elvis going to bring the 54 machine down pit road. Justin Coleman going to follow him as well. Caleb Thompson also going to come down to get tires. Likely only going to see 2 tires on these race cars as the 54 makes his way into the box. Right side's up right there. And the 54 of Elvis might be taking all 4 here, unless he's just trying to get that thing as full of fuel as he can. I think that's what happened there. It looked like he only took 2, but lost that spot to Justin Coleman. And they will get back out in front of the pace car. We have got the 1 to go signal here. So Justin Brooks going to inherit the race lead. He stayed out right here along with the rest of the field up front. So the pace car drops to the bottom side and into the restart zone for the first time. We are back underway. Green flag is back out. Justin Brooks with a huge restart there in the 33. Down the back straightaway they go. Everybody side by side through 3 and 4. The outside lane starts to prevail as Brian Grable is able to pull ahead of Chris Smith there for 4th. Carter Hollingsworth and Jeremiah Woods continue to do battle for the 2nd spot right now. Woods down low, Hollingsworth up top. And Woods having a good run down on the bottom, but Hollingsworth just able to keep his momentum wound up. Into the outside wall a little bit there, down the back straightaway. They continue to hold side by side. Looks like the 28 is going to be able to get down and clear into turns 1 and 2. Move Carter Hollingsworth to 2nd. Jeremiah Woods now going to have to hold off the 22 of Brian Grable. And back behind. Dale Ogburn in the 1 machine was sideways. There was a bunch of cars sideways. They're all checked up. The green flag stays out. And we keep them going in the right direction, but everybody had to check up there out of 2. Not sure what happened. I think there was contact with the 70 of Cortland Herman and the 70 of Herman and the 1 of Dale Ogburn, but not sure how it happened or why. As Brian Grable moves up into the 3rd spot. Chris Smith in the 80 machine trying to follow back behind him, and Cortland Herman in the 70 machine for the 2nd time here tonight around. And what happened to the 70 of Herman? It looked like he got the bumper there from the number 1 machine of Dale Ogburn. And around goes Cortland Herman for the 2nd time. We're going to take a quick step away here on the WD Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back in just a second when we come back green here at Lanier. Alrighty, folks, these guys given the 1 to go signal. It's going to be Justin Brooks and Carter Hollingsworth leading us down into turns 1 and 2. The 33 elects to choose that outside lane. Through the restart zone they go. We're back underway. And the 33 of Brooks gets right down in front of the 28 of Hollingsworth. They're going to be clear down the back straightaway. Back behind him, a couple cars side by side there. BCR teammates Justin Coleman, Chris Smith. That's the battle for the 5th spot. Up in front of him, Brian Grable able to get out in front of Jeremiah Woods Jr. once again. And the drivers that already took the set of tires they were given, trying to work their way back through the field. Coleman and Elvis both on those fresh Hoosier tires. They move around Chris Smith right there in the 80 machine. And they will now set their sights on Jeremiah Woods. It looks like those tires might be helping him a little bit. They definitely had pace when they got to the back bumper of Jeremiah Woods. Down to the bottom goes Justin Coleman for the second spot. Brian Grable to the inside. He'll move into second. Does he have anything for Justin Brooks? We will have to see. Very close on lap times, the two were that last time. Here comes Justin Coleman looking underneath Carter Hollingsworth for third. Coleman, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack here with just about 60 laps to go. Into turns 1 and 2. Coleman able to get clear. Brandon Elvis going to try to follow suit as well in the 54. Brian Grable next on the target list for Justin Coleman. Him and Brandon Elvis both quicker than your race leader Justin Brooks that last time by. Brian Grable up on the outside lane, going to give up that second spot. Move Justin Coleman into P2, and he'll set his sights on your race leader, Justin Brooks. As we get close to the lap 100 mark back behind this group right here. Zach Murphy side by side with Brady Cox. Unfortunately, Brady Cox still 13 laps down, but running up here, trying to have a little bit of fun. Murphy running in the 9th spot right now. Jeremiah Woods up in front of him in 8th, so he's got a couple of cars separating the two of them. Caleb Thompson up to the 6th spot. He was one of the drivers that came down pit road on lap 66. And up front, Justin Brooks continues to hold the race lead. Back behind, Justin Coleman a little bit quicker in the 14. So that's a gap that we're going to have to keep an eye on this entire final 50 laps as we work lap 97 of 150. We've got a lot of green flag laps in here tonight, a lot more than last night in the Leave the Pack Modified Tour. Lap 98 in the books. You see the time difference between your top two. Justin Coleman right now running in that second spot. Let's look at him and Brandon Elvis. They are both significantly quicker than your race leader, Justin Brooks. And the caution flag flies. Caution is out. Jesse Binkley in the 25 machine turned the wrong way in turns 3 and 4 right there on the exit. What happened to the 25 of Binkley? Into turns 3 and 4. It looked like the 33 of Easton Swain just got in there a little bit too hot. Into the back bumper of Binkley, and around he went. Go on board with Swain here to try and see what happened the best way we can. There was some contact there. Then going into turns 3 and 4, thought he had a lane, just got into the left rear. And around goes the 25 of Binkley. And everybody on this caution bringing their machines down pit road. Justin Brooks, the first driver to come down. He'll get tires and he'll be on his way. Carter Hollingsworth in the 28 getting 4 tires on pit road. We'll see if he's able to get back out in front. Looks like he will be able to. But 4 tires for Hollingsworth. He's going to lose some of that track position. There's a bunch of guys up front. Only took 2 tires. As your field works down the back straightaway. And into turns 3 and 4. Lights will come back on. The iRacing.com pace car. not quite ready. As down the back straightaway they go. Race Control happier with that lineup right there. And the pace car will drop to the bottom side. Into the restart zone they go. We're back underway. Down into turns 1, 3 wide, back behind. Justin Brooks takes it 3 wide on the bottom. He'll get underneath. Caleb Thompson. Thompson into the back bumper of Brooks. And around goes the 33 of Justin Brooks. There was contact down into turns 1 and 2 that I think initiated that, but we'll see what happened. We'll look at the restart. The caution flag is back out. Let's see here on the restart. Down into turns 1 and 2. Brooks went down to the bottom. Moved the 04 machine up the racetrack a little bit. And down into the corner. Right into the back bumper went the 04 of Caleb Thompson. And Brooks gets looped around right there. Tough break for the 33. He's going to have to restart where he was at. And around goes the 33. There were shenanigans after the fact. I believe everybody's able to continue. Justin Brooks in the 33 machine brings that car down pit road. And he might be calling it a night after that one. Tough break for the champion. So we get the 1 to go signal, and we will send him back green for the final 40 laps. Single file. As the pace car drops to the bottom side. Justin Coleman, Brandon Elvis into the restart zone. We are back underway. Good start there for Brandon Elvis in the 54. He gets right up behind his teammate in the 14. Coleman a little bit loose on the bottom there. It's going to open up the door for the 54 of Elvis, and you do not want to leave that door open for too long. Elvis, the 2-time now street stock champion, on the back bumper of Justin Coleman. He's got 2 late model wins this season as well. Justin Coleman, on the other hand, has not been to victory lane since last season in the street stock showdown. He would love to come back to victory lane here tonight in the season finale in the late model stock division. Back behind him, Brian Grable and Trey Ashworth battle for that 5th spot. Grable in the 22, currently running in the 5th spot. Still looking for that first late model stock win. So here comes Chris Smith to the inside of Caleb Thompson for 3rd. Brian Grable going to be right there in line to get that spot as well. And he'll shoot by and take over the 4th spot up front for the race lead. Your top 2 still right there, bumper to bumper. And the laps are winding down now. We get into turns 3 and 4 right here. We'll get on to lap 119, and we're approaching 30 to go. And 30 laps at Lanier is going to be pretty quick. That's a Saturday night short track feature. So once we get to that point, All right, here we go. 30 laps to go when they get back around. Justin Coleman trying to hang on. He's got 2 of his ECR teammates back behind him. He's got 30 more laps to hang on. Carter Hollingsworth in the 28. Underneath Easton Swain there. That's for the 8th spot. Hollingsworth this season does have 1 win in the Leave the Pack late model division. That was back at the Indianapolis Raceway Park, race number 3 of the season. He takes a peek underneath Jeremiah Woods. Woods up top. Hollingsworth down low. Looks like Hollingsworth going to take that spot. Easton Swain going to try to follow in the 33, but looks like the 222 of Jeremiah Woods is going to shut the door. And up front, your front 4 all lined up there with 25 laps to go. The lap times in favor of Brian Grable and Chris Smith. And around goes the number 8 machine of Trey Ashworth. Tough break for Trey Ashworth. Let's see what happened. 04 of Caleb Thompson was up from the outside wall. And there was contact with Carter Hollingsworth. Let's see what happened here. The 8 of Ashworth up the track. And Hollingsworth into the back bumper. And Ashworth goes around. So this time by, they will have 21 laps to go. Sorry, 22 laps to go. And they double up across the line. Woods in the 222. Unfortunately, going to have to bring that car down pit road, and he will call it a night. And through the restart zone they go once again, back underway. Coleman gets a good start there in the 14. 21 to go here. Chris Smith on the bottom for a second. He wants a shot at the late model stock victory. Brandon Elvis in the 54 up top, trying to hang on. He wants to go back to victory lane for a 3rd time. It'll be 19 laps to go when they get back around. 19 to go for for Justin Coleman. And Chris Smith able to get clear for that 2nd spot. Brian Grable trying to take over 3rd in the 22. Smith up to 2nd. Does he have anything for your race leader, Justin Coleman? We have got 18 laps to go. Grable starts to pull ahead for 3rd, back behind him. There's contact for the 4th spot, the 5th spot, Easton Swain and Caleb Thompson, and the caution flag flies. Brady Cox in the 76 was battling with Cortland Herman. And into the corner there. Herman gets into the 76 of Cox. And around they go. And that'll be our 6th caution flag. We'll re-rack them and restack them here with 15 to go. We had a lot of green flag runs there in the beginning, getting a couple more cautions here late. As this time around, it'll be 14 to go. Not quite ready to give him the 1 to go signal just yet. I believe this time they will be getting the 1 to go signal, and it looks like they do. So Justin Coleman and Chris Smith going to line up on the front row. And through turns 3 and 4 they go. Pace car drops to the bottom side. Into the restart zone. 13 laps to go, make it 12 at the line. We are back underway at Lanier. Into turns 1 and 2, Brian Gravel in the 22 machine wants to get to the inside of Chris Smith. He wants that second spot. 11 laps to go at the line for Justin Coleman. Battle for that second position. Brian Gravel in the 22 machine doing everything he can to get to the inside and around the 80 of Chris Smith. They're battling back behind as well, but with 10 laps to go, the eyes are on the battle for that second position. These two side by side, it's exactly what Justin Coleman wants to see in his rearview mirror. As Gravel starts to pull ahead, but Smith still hanging right there. Gravel loose on the bottom. That's going to give the advantage back to Chris Smith, and the caution flag flies once again. And around goes Brady Cox once again. The 76 machine just out here trying to log laps. Many laps down here. He's riding back behind. No, it was trouble up in front of him, actually. It was Cortland Herman in the 70 machine. We'll check what happened there. This was the lap prior. He was battling with Easton Swain and Caleb Thompson. And oh, big contact there. And around goes the 70 of Herman. And that is going to put us under caution for the 7th time here tonight. Coleman in the 14. Going to have to get another perfect restart here, as we'll be back underneath 5 laps to go. I believe this time by they will get the 1 to go signal, and they do. The lights drop on the iRacing.com pace car, and we are going to send them back to green with 3 laps to go. It's a 3-lap shootout in the final race of the season for the Leave the Pack Late Model Series. Justin Coleman, Chris Smith, Brian Gravel, Brandon Elvis, your top 4 into turns 3 and 4, and into the restart zone they go. We're back underway, 3 laps to go. Good start there for Justin Coleman in the 14. Here comes Chris Smith in the 80 machine trying to get a run back. Popsicle sticks in the air this time. 2 laps to go. 2 to go for Justin Coleman. Chris Smith is there. Smith is right there in the 80 machine trying to take over that top spot into turns 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Final time around for Justin Coleman. Does Chris Smith have anything left in the tank? Down the back straightaway, 1 final time. Coleman into turns 3 and 4. Smith is there. Does he have anything else? Up and out of turns 3 and 4. It's going to be Justin Coleman picking up the victory here in the season finale. Justin Coleman picks up the victory here in the season finale at Lanier. Chris Smith comes home second, Brian Gravel third, Brandon Elvis fourth, and Easton Swain rounds out your top 5. And Coleman returns to victory lane. It has been a while for the 14 machine, but finally, he is once again a Leave the Pack iRacing League winner. So we're going to take another quick step away here before we wrap things up with a word from our top 3 finishers when we return at Lanier.
Masker can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on. Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at him. They're leaning on each other.
Alrighty, folks, here we are live on the WD Broadcasting Network. Going to grab a word from our top 3 finishers, starting with our 3rd place finisher here tonight, Brian Gravel. Let's see if we can get B Gravy up into the broadcast booth. Brian Gravel, you get a copy.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, a good run for the 22 machine here to close out the night. You started in the 10th spot, didn't get too much practice here this evening, kind of got into practice a little bit late, but you were able to qualify 10th and work your way up into the top 3, ending up 3rd at the end. How do you feel after 150 laps at Lanier?
Man, I felt really good. Actually didn't get to turn any practice laps, so qualifying was basically my practice. Still qualified P10, and I was just never did save. I just took what I could get. Really knew I could probably get the win, but I couldn't get around Christopher. He's doing a really good job holding me down and keeping it clean, so can't complain too much. It was a really good race for me, and everybody kept it clean while still having pretty good racing.
Yeah, it definitely looked tough to pass out there. Maybe a couple more green flag laps you might have at the end there. You could have been able to get around Smith, but you two had a good battle, and ultimately you ended up in the 3rd spot in the season finale. Who do you have to thank for a podium finish here at Lanier at the end of the season?
Definitely want to thank you for sticking it out all season. If it wasn't for you, none of this would be happening right now. You know, there's definitely been a lot of drama surrounding Leave the Pack here towards the end, but, you know, tempers are high towards the end of a season, so it's going to happen. Everybody's got to move on to next season and start with a clean slate. But I'd also like to thank Oliver Motorsports, Champs Auto Care, Napa, Scrub Out Cancer, my parents, and again, would like to thank you for putting all this on.
Yeah, it's definitely
And
been fun here.
Also, sorry, cannot forget, since he won, I'd like to thank Coleman Designs for the paints this year.
Yes, sir. Coleman doing a good job keeping them fresh. But, yeah, it's definitely been fun here up in the broadcast booth. It was a fun season. It was fun to see you do good in the 22 machine. Me and you teammates, obviously, on the side. So, love cheering you on the side. But, nonetheless, Gravy, congratulations to you on a 3rd place run here at Lanier.
Yes, sir. Hope me and you can get some stuff done in Supers since we're going to be running teammates.
Yes, sir. Top 5 week 1. I think we need to do something this year.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, congratulations.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
Yep. I apologize, folks. Battling with a little bit of a cold / flu / whatever this is. yesterday before the modified broadcast, realized that I was very cold, and I had been cold for a couple hours. Took a thermometer, fever time, of course. So battling with whatever's going on there, but we'll grab a word from our second place finisher, Chris Smith. See if we can grab him up in the booth. Up into the broadcast booth, Chris Smith. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Alrighty, Chris. We'll start it in the 5th spot here tonight. You were able to work your way up inside of the top 5 and battle with your teammates there for a majority of the race. There at the end, you and Coleman definitely had a much faster car than your race leader, and you guys were able to work your way up just one spot shy of the first victory here this evening in the late models.
Yeah, man. Really just took the tires as late as I could. Luckily, just stayed out of trouble and was there at the end.
Yeah, definitely had to stay out of trouble there. Wasn't as bad as the modifieds last night, but definitely can get hectic here at Lanier. You guys were able to avoid the chaos, and ECR goes 1-2 in the final race of the season. Who else do you have to thank for a podium finish to round out the season?
First off, thanks to my wife let me do this. Say hey to my dad. I know he's watching. My buddy Zach. Elvis Coleman Racing. Thanks Elvis and Brandon for bringing me on, man. Those two dudes really helped me out. And Chastain Law Firm, Barry Elvis Performance Fabrication, Coastal Performance Shop, Coleman Designs, and thank you for putting on this series all year.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of fun, Chris. A lot of fun talking to you up here in the booth. Congratulations to you on a second place run to end out the late model stock season.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And now to talk to the man of the hour. It has been a while since this man has been to Victory Lane and Leave the Pack. Up into the broadcast booth in Victory Lane for the first time in quite some time, Justin Coleman. You got a copy.
What's up, brother?
Alrighty, well, it's been a minute. It was last season in the Street Stock Showdown. I want to get the exact date pulled up. August 28th of 2024 was the last time you went to Victory Lane here in the Leave the Pack iRacing League. How does it feel to finally get that breakthrough win here in the late model stock division in the season finale?
Oh man, it feels great, dude. It's been a while. It's been a dry spell for sure. Yeah, man, it feels great. I'm glad to finally get that monkey off her back. Hopefully, get things turned around for next season, because this season sure ain't been it, man. It's been a lot of downs this season, but I don't know. We pushed through and hopefully got that monkey off her back. So, looking forward to next season. Maybe we can start off on a good foot.
Yeah, this is definitely some forward momentum going into next season. Kind of got off on the wrong foot at the start of this season, but these last couple races, you've looked more and more like the Justin Coleman that we were used to seeing last season and in previous seasons of the All-Star League as well. And glad to finally see you break through and get that victory here in the season finale at Lanier. Who do you have to thank, Justin, for the return to Victory Lane?
Just thank you for the broadcast and the WD Broadcasting Network. Thank my crew, ECR Racing, Brandon and Chris. Brian Voss couldn't make it tonight, but just give a shout out to them. They're always there, try to give out tips and help us where they can. Thank all my sponsors, Coastal Performance, Shock Eye Racing Performance. And it's been a while since I've done this. Parker Brothers Window Tinting, Gibbs Brothers Construction, BH Homes Construction, and Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication. Just like to thank all of them for all their support and help in all this. That's about it, man. I'm pumped.
Yeah, definitely has to feel good after the season you've had to get a victory in the final race of the season. It has to feel good here at Lanier. We've got one more race left in Season 2 of Leave the Pack tomorrow night. Super late models right back here at Lanier, 150 laps. Do you think you have a shot there as well?
I'd like to say I do, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Super late models aren't really my strong point, but we'll see how it goes. I really like Lanier, so we got that going for us, and maybe I carry some of this momentum into tomorrow night and get us another podium or something, maybe a win. Who knows?
Yeah, we will have to find out tomorrow night. But nonetheless, Justin, congratulations to you on your first victory here in the Leave the Pack Late Model Series to round out in the season finale. And we wish you luck tomorrow night in the Leave the Pack Super Series.
Man, I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for everything you do, brother.
Yes, sir. That was Justin Coleman returning to Victory Lane. It's been a long time since that 14 has gotten to Victory Lane, and it's been quite the trip. He's had some up races, some down races like he mentioned, but finally returns to Victory Lane here tonight in the late model division. Chris Smith comes home second, Brian Grable third, Brandon Elvis fourth, Easton Swain comes home fifth, Dale Logburn sixth, Jesse Binkley seventh, Adam Fulford eighth, Scott Bryant comes home ninth. Rounding out the top 10 is Caleb Thompson in the 0-4, Logan Drumheller 5th in the 5, or 11th in the 5, sorry. Brandon Kelly 12th in the 9 machine. 13th is Trey Ashworth in the 8. Carter Hollingsworth in the 28. Gonna end up in that 14th spot. Jeremiah Woods Jr. 15th. Brady Cox in the 76, 16th. Zach Murphy 29, or in the 29, ends up 17th. Justin Brooks 18th, Justin Stoyanovsky 19th, Kyle Heitzelman 20th in the 57. And back behind him is Zane Bierman and Cortland Herman rounding out our field. So that's going to do it here for us tonight on the WD Broadcasting Network. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the whole late model stock season. We wrapped it up here tonight in this 150 lapper at Lanier. Hope it was a good race. Definitely had a lot of fun. Got some green flag laps in there at the beginning, which was a nice change of pace. But nonetheless, thank you guys one more time for watching. I am your host, Winston Deal, signing it off. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on the Leave the Pack Super Series stream. But until then, your host, Winston Deal, signing it off. Peace out.